Looking for a seed that has everything? Here are 10 perfect survival seeds for your Minecraft 1.20 Trails and Tales adventure. First up is an exciting world that gives you every possible biome that you could ever wish to explore. This hugely varied world gets off to peaceful beginnings, spawning you next to a large flower forest by the coast. Heading through the flowers will bring you to a cherry grove where there's villagers watching over this brand new biome.
A short walk south of spawn will bring you to all the warm biomes
that are packed with exciting features to discover. Between the mangrove and eroded badlands, there's plenty of opportunity to channel your inner archaeologist, but it's the jungle biome that really stands out in this seed. You can find a brand new wood type, a brand new structure, a beautiful valley, and even a mansion looking out over the ocean. Behind the mansion, you can find a village as well as some pink snowy slopes. And if you'd like even more snow, all you have to do is take a short sail across the ocean from spawn, past the Mushroom Island, slide across the frozen ocean, and all the snowy features you know and love are all there. Up next is a multi-biome continent bringing you all the main biomes packed into one giant island. With all the best biomes sharing the same coastline, it's the perfect seed for building a vast and varied kingdom that's separated from the mainland. You spawn right in the center of the island, where your 1.20 adventure gets off to the perfect start. Climb up the Cherry Mountain slopes and you'll find a crater village with a small cherry blossom forest. You couldn't ask for a better center to your island. From here, head through the savanna valleys, past the ruined portal village, and you'll find desert and badlands which make up the south portion of the island. Unfortunately, there's only a small jungle to the west of the island, but a short sail will bring you to an exceptionally rare bamboo island that's right next to some mushroom fields. Heading to the north of the island will bring you to colder climates where you can find a snow village with an igloo. There's so much to explore, and all on one massive island, including 5 ancient cities. If you prefer not to travel far to experience different climates, this seed is the perfect one for you. If you decide to set up camp in this cherry grove, it'd only take you around 300 blocks to reach the badlands or the snow depending on which direction you traveled. It's the perfect survival seed for those who like their biome themed builds as close as possible. Beyond the badlands, you'll come across a ginormous desert packed with villages, temples, and desert wells.
Plenty of suspicious sand to be brushed
and camels to be ridden. Just down from spawn, you can find a jungle temple by the coast with some beautiful bamboo beaches. You can find loads of cool features in the snow biome too. There's a village as well as some trail ruins hidden by the snowy taiga forest, which is not too far away from the frozen river that stretches over 1,000 blocks. It's a ready-made racetrack for your brand new cherry boats. Here's another seed with every possible overworld biome around spawn, except this time, your central hub comes in the form of a woodland mansion. From the mansion, you can spot every type of forest, including a jungle that sits on the coast of 2 large mushroom fields. The closest village to the mansion has a stronghold, meaning your central hub will have easy access to the end. Northwest of the mansion is where you'll spawn amongst flower forests, sunflower plains, rivers, and cherry blossom. Climb over the stony peaks to reach the badlands, desert, and even a mangrove village. Head west from the mansion past the windswept hills and you'll reach a huge snow biome that includes a village and some trail ruins. There is so much to explore in every direction. I'm sure this mansion will have plenty of storage space for everything you find on your adventure. This seed also has every biome around spawn, but this time, spawn is a Cherry Grove Island. It's the perfect island spawn for the new update. It's got a brand new biome and limitless possibilities once you're ready to sail off and explore. Every biome circles the island, including a huge max height stony peak mountain that separates the wooded badlands from a jungle valley. Continue to circle around the island and you'll trail through bamboo, flower forests, and snowy slopes. Beyond the island and mainland, you'll come across an ocean monument and a mushroom island. The closest village once again has a stronghold. This seed has everything that you need. Up next is a seed with the closest distance you'll ever see between 2 climate extremes. From badlands to snow, all it takes is 664 blocks. You spawn right in the middle of these biomes, right next to a cherry grove, a meadow, and a flower forest lake. Throughout this colourful and petal-filled spawn, you'll find rivers flowing from hot to cold. sail towards the cold, and you'll find loads of amazing villages along the snowy boundary. There's a stronghold village on the edge of a meadow, a snowy village with a basement igloo, and yet another stronghold village, making that 2 in under 1,000 blocks from spawn. Sail to the hot biomes, and you can find an eroded badlands village and even a desert temple island. In between, there's also trail ruins in the jungle, an ancient city under the mountains, and an abandoned savanna village. If you want to do loads within a close proximity, you won't find a better spawn than this. Here's another seed that has every single one of Minecraft's overworld biomes within a short distance around spawn. This one is cool because it has a beach shipwreck for you to use as a shelter at the start of your game, and there's also a frozen peak mountain that's entirely filled and surrounded by cherry blossom. Building your base right here would put you in the best position to explore all the other biomes. There's also a huge 1,000 block river that helps you to travel through the biomes, from snow, through taiga, past the cherry groves, around the dark forest, and through the jungle, leading you to the warm ocean where you can find desert and badlands. Here's the seed that you'll recognize from the thumbnail. It's another spawn with a quick and colorful transition between biomes, from badlands, jungle, and desert all the way through to a cherry grove bordering a large ice spikes biome, where rivers wind around villages and meadows climb above ancient cities. The desert and snow biomes are just over 500 blocks apart, and they are equally as huge.
The desert stretches over 2,000 blocks
and is full of desert wells and temple villages, so there's plenty of archaeology to be done. There's hundreds of structures to be found in the snow biome too, including a village that is combined with both a basement igloo and some trail ruins. Heading northwest from spawn, you'll run into beaches and an ocean full of monuments,
and heading southeast will bring you to forests of all kinds.
The closest village to the cherry grove even has a stronghold. This seed has so much to offer. Here's another All Biomes seed that contains epic mountain ranges, exciting structures, and an epic warm biome spawn. You spawn deep in the jungle, and within only 250 blocks in either direction, you're able to find 4 different temples, 3 jungle temples, and 1 desert temple. You'll have plenty of early game loot with this one. One of the temples is super close to some trail ruins too. Head into the desert to find the first of 3 stronghold villages. That's 3 stronghold villages within 800 blocks around spawn. You'll find the next one in the savannah and the third in the plains. The warm ocean is full of exciting features, including a village island and some mushroom fields. Travel further inland to find an amazing mountain range that contains a beautiful meadow mountain village and a cherry blossom valley with jagged peaks piercing the clouds. On the edge of the mountain range, you can even find a basement igloo inside of a cherry grove. The final seed gives you a dream start to your new Minecraft adventure, spawning you on a village island in the middle of the ocean, which also comes with its own ruined portal. From this island, the possibilities are truly endless, because circling the island you can find every biome in the game. It's the perfect spawn and base for a long-term survival experience. In a clockwise circle around the island, you'll find badlands and desert, swamp and savanna, forest and jungle, meadow and cherry grove, villages and pillages, snowy peaks and frozen oceans, mushroom fields and monuments. Everything you'd ever want to find is there to be found only a short sail away from your central island hub. I mean, could this be the perfect seed for your trails and tales to unfold? Which one of the seeds was your favorite? If you play on any of them, keep us updated with your progress in the comments. If you'd like to see more amazing seed options for Minecraft 1.20, click the next video.